Greetings, programs. It's your old buddy Hanker Inferno back once again on the tubes to talk to you guys about my latest terrain solution that I've been using now that I'm running more games per week than I used to and in my own established space. So I'm a little less worried about being able to transport everything, walk to the homie's house or whatever. So what we have done is built a series of hex tiles to make it possible to kind of execute lots of different terrain and spaces with the same set of stuff. So in the past, we've all built these guys, Professor Dungeon Master's Ultimate Dungeon Terrain, as this sort of spinnable abstract space. But I found that the fact that it's a circle constantly made players think that it's a circle. Like they took it very literally. And the idea that it was a somewhat abstracted space, I gotta be honest, never really took hold. And so I was looking for a better way to do kind of like blobs that can be modularly or improvisationally interconnected to create adventure spaces. And I wound up thinking about hexes. So me and my man, Feeling Good Lewis, got together and over the course of about 3 days made this set. Now, a few of the set are here on the table, but I've got a few in my hands. So we made a couple dozen of these of about 3 different sizes, and they are hex blobs made out of XPS foam. On one side they're like gray stone, and then on the other side they're green leafy grass kind of texture. And they're super sealed, so I sealed them like 4 times so they'd be really durable so I could use them in the shop again and again and again. But they have worked out really great because as you connect them, you get this sort of connectivity that implies continuous space. And I feel that like a circle doesn't do that, and a square feels almost too structural, whereas a hexagon is kind of has this like game kind of implication that you're in like a gaming space, like hexagons kind of get the game brain juice flowing. So we made a ton of these. They also work for doing vertical, so you can kind of like stack them up like you would any other dungeon tile stacker, like this kind of thing, right? So I've made a sort of elevated stair space, so we would come onto here, and then you kind of come onto this step, and you come onto this step, and the cool thing is up here, right? So that kind of effect is also cool because squares sometimes feel too simplified, but circles and blobby shapes wind up being too complicated, especially if you're kind of building things on the fly. And then finally, the advantage that I've been getting out of these is sort of pre-building them. So like this one, now this only has like 3 props on it, right? There's this dragon skull, some ruins, and then this boulder. But it's still ready to go. So you just kind of take this guy and stick him back here, and he's just back there. And then when this hex is traveled off of, maybe they go through these bushes, the bushes are gone, they burn them. Everybody's always burning bushes. Everything's on fire in D&D basically. And then they burn away the bushes and go into this empty space on my table right here. I just reach back, boink, I've got it already made. And because they have these kind of flat edges, the flat edges mate together like that. And the players are getting a sense of continuity that circles don't really do. And I think that blobs sometimes are also sort of too loose with the way that they portray continuity. So it works really great. I even have another one here, which I think I can... So here's another sort of pre-made one that you could like fit right into there. And that's where hexagons are always so cool, the way they fit together. So again, here I just have like a crystal ball and a little bit of verticality, and boop, it just hooks on just like that. So just wanted to put that in your toolbox as a kit that you might want to make if you do tables like I do, which is constantly wanting things to be in 3D and do terrain and do walkable surfaces. And XPS foam is so satisfying at the table to put minis on and to put terrain on and to move around. And doing these hexagons kind of gives you this implication of gameable terrain. And you've got natural and you've got stone. So you can do towns, forests, caves, dungeons, all the normal stuff that we do. But it's sort of slightly abstract too, in just enough a way that I don't think players are taking things too literally. A little bit of literal is good, but if they take the board too literally, it can be a little strange, you know, like I see this little nook in this little cranny, can I exploit that? You know? So these are my D&D hex terrain tiles. So give them a try, pretty easy project. I think we've all been on YouTube long enough. I don't really need to explain how you do this. You just cut up your XPS, use a knife or a hot cutter to do some cracks and some detailing, do your gray, do your sponging, do your dry brushing, do green on one side, stone on the other, and you are ready to go. They also stack up real nice. So like you just can stack a ton of these into one blob and stow them just like that. So you get, this is about a quarter of the total that I have. So I have a ton of them. And they've proven really handy. So just wanted to share it with y'all. And that is how we do a short video. So keep it real, don't steal, and you're always gonna get a deal. I'm out.